The date is March 22nd, 2020. We're in the height of the coronavirus pandemic that has swept the entire world. No one is able to go outside, except for probably doing home repairs or something like that. But other than that, everyone is bored. But on this day, something will start that will change the face of NASCAR. The Nascar Pro-Invitational Series, an exhibition series which spans 7 races, and was a time placer for the eventual return to Darlington on May 17th. They were well-received races and often caused excitement and introduction to new players into the world of iRacing and NASCAR itself. There was one thing that had something different about it, was the fact that it was an exhibition race and not a normal race. But what if they were actually run for points? What if this was a 7-race-long championship battle to the death? What if the NASCAR Pro-Invitational Series ran for points? So here's the next question you probably are asking, and that is, if it was ran for points, what point format would you even use? And there's no question as to what it is, the Winston Cup format. The reason being is because I don't want to deal with chase and playoffs and stuff like that. So let's get into the first race here at Homestead Miami Speedway. It was a beautiful day inside the homes of all the NASCAR drivers that are participating in the NASCAR Pro-Invitational Series, since they didn't have to go outside and there was no wet track conditions and the stands were packed with fans. I say fans as a exaggerated term because they were just more of computer-generated people just chilling there. The race itself was started by 36 drivers. Some of them included iRacing veterans such as William Byron, Timmy Hill, Garrett Smithley, Ty Majeski, and some rookies to iRacing such as Jimmy Johnson, Denny Hamlin, even some veteran drivers from NASCAR that have retired such as Bobby Labonte and Dale Earnhardt Jr. and later Greg Biffle would actually be in the series. The green flag dropped and the race was on. And trust me, this race was an absolute wreckfest.
The 12 of Cindric had an issue off of turn 4. Alfredo tried to avoid him but just couldn't. They made contact. And the 38 John Hunter Nemechek, and then they collect Justin Allgaier that just sends him spinning, and everybody else is just trying to get it through there cleanly. And
old tires, back from the restroom break, he was too eager.
Wow. Yeah, tell us, Clint, I mean, old tires versus new tires. I'm even hearing that new tires don't have... You can see Chase Briscoe in the number 98 ran high. Kurt Busch, I think, feels like he's clear, turns up and just catches the rear bumper on the left front bumper of Chase Briscoe that spins him around and causes this wreck.
Watch the 9 car racing with Bubba Wallace here.
See, Bubba gets a little bit of a run, goes down to the inside of Chase.
Ooh.
Bubba doesn't quite get to the white line. Chase maybe could have given him a little bit more room, but they make contact, spin.
But as the laps were winding down, it was coming to a battle between Timmy Hill, Denny Hamlin, Dale Earnhardt Jr., and Chase Briscoe. These 4 were duking it out on the last 10 laps when one of the craziest finishes in NASCAR history happened.
Car of Dale Earnhardt Jr. Now this car, especially late in the race, you got to be careful bump drafting because you can spin that car out very easily in front of you.
Timmy Hill trying to win the race of his life here,
now
battling Dale Jr. and Denny Hamlin.
That pushed Dale Jr. to the lead, but also opened up the door for Denny Hamlin on the outside. It's going to be a heck of a battle when we take this white flag, Mike, because I still think Denny Hamlin has the faster race car because of those pressure tires. Watch this run that Denny Hamlin gets off the top of the racetrack.
1 lap to go, sponsored by... Oh, you know.
Well, Dale Jr. saw right there. He moved to the inside, giving the outside to Denny Hamlin, and Denny's going to get there. Wow, what a race on the final lap off of turn 2, side by side. Dale Earnhardt Jr. and Denny Hamlin.
What a march to the front through this field for Hamlin.
That's a lot of Daytona 500 wins among those 2 drivers.
Hill in 3rd, Briscoe 4th, Smithley 5th. Here they come off the corner for the final time.
Oh!
They all but come together, and the winner is Hamlin.
Wow, what a race. What a finish. Yeah, those fans should be cheering. They saw a heck of a race.
As you can see here, the point standings go as follows. Denny Hamlin, Dale Earnhardt Jr., Timmy Hill, Chase Briscoe, Garrett Smithley, Alex Bowman, Bubba Wallace, Ryan Preece, Ty Majeski, and Eric Jones all were having top 10 point positions if this was ran for points. So anyway, let's head on to the next race, Texas. Texas Motor Speedway was just like its Homestead Miami counterpart, a complete wreckfest, but thankfully a little less wrecks this time as people were starting to realize that, yeah, wrecking is not good.
Wide through 1 and 2. Oh, looks like he and Ryan Blaney make contact. Cars spinning around, flipping through the air. A bunch of cars came to a stop. You see the 19 of Bobby Labonte and the 3 of Austin Dillon. Ooh, maybe a little contact, and then the 95 of Christopher Bell checks up, gets turned around by Michael McDowell. You can see Smithley got a bit of a run, maybe had to check up. Now Alfredo goes to the inside. Oh, somebody clips him in the right rear and spins him around. Whew. I'm dizzy from that ride. And Ty Majeski just not having a good go at these first 2 Pro-Invitationals. Yeah, I'm not so sure Biffle knew that Clint was on the inside, ran a little bit, quite a bit lower line.
The race itself at Texas was actually not that bad. Lots of passing and just pure excitement in a nutshell. William Byron ended up leading a lot of the laps, but that's not what we remember it for. Oh, no. With about 5 laps to go, Ryan Preece later crashes in the Anfield grass, and there's a green light checkered finish. And Timmy Hill pulls something out of the ordinary for himself.
Chance Timmy Hill has to break away. Big draft and run coming though from Preece.
All right, 1 lap to go. Sponsored by Credit One Bank. The leader takes the white on the track. The next flag ends the race. Preece is there.
Yeah, he really needs Landon Castle or Smithley in that outside to give him a push, and that's going to happen down the back straightaway. Maybe that can give him the momentum he needs to possibly get side by side with Timmy Hill.
Into turn 4 for the final time. Preece inches away, looks to the inside. Contact. Timmy Hill.
Wow.
Gets his 674th career iRacing win.
Another really close finish right at the line, just like last week.
And after that race, here's how the point standings would go. Timmy Hill, Dale Jr., Garrett Smithley, Ryan Preece, Alex Bowman, Landon Castle, Denny Hamlin, Parker Kligerman, Matt DiBenedetto, and Clint Boyer. Then we head to our next race, Bristol. Bristol, despite it being one of the craziest tracks on the NASCAR circuit, only had 3 cautions the entire day. This is also the point in the season where Bubba Wallace just straight up rage quit at the game.
Come on, Clint! Oh. God!
God dang it.
He's still down there. Yep, he just come and wrecked the hell out of you again on purpose.
What the hell, Bubba?
Oh, we got caution again.
I got Bubba. I was already tore up and destroyed, so that was payback. These guys forget it's a 150-lap race. Come on, Bubba! Stupid thing.
Y'all have it going. That's why I don't take this serious. Peace out!
And Blue Emu was so mad at him for this that they dropped ship from him and moved to the 89 of Landon Castle, who was a iRacing veteran himself.
Kyle already had a lot of damage to his car. Coming off of turn 2. I think
why.
this is payback from something that must have happened earlier in this race.
It's not over yet.
I don't think this is over yet.
No.
It's like, you ruined my day, let me ruin your day.
But as the laps were winding down, it was no surprise who won. William Byron just straight up dominated at Bristol with them, admittedly one of the greatest paint schemes ever to grace the 24. So this is how the standings would look after Bristol in the points format. Timmy Hill, Ryan Preece, Garrett Smithley, Denny Hamlin, Dale Earnhardt Jr., Alex Bowman, William Byron, Matt DiBenedetto, Parker Kligerman, and Landon Castle. Now let's head on to Richmond. Richmond is basically the same race as Bristol. William Byron completely dominating the field. The only incident noteworthy of this race was between Ryan Preece and Matt DiBenedetto, as they would just constantly wreck each other in turn 2.
I think this is what happened. This is the second incident between these two where Preece now pays back DiBenedetto.
I told you.
Now that's not over yet.
No.
Here's DiBenedetto.
Yeah, that was
Gonna
just
get
payback.
the final payback
Change
on Ryan
my
Preece.
tires.
And now, hey, Vern, watch this.
He gone.
You know, for somebody who's experienced when you've gone to red.
It looks just like us, Jeff.
How come it also happens here in iRacing?
Also, Rusty Walrus, the famed YouTuber, actually got his car in victory lane, so at least there was something that came out of that. So here was the points going after Richmond. Timmy Hill, William Byron, Denny Hamlin, Ryan Preece, Garrett Smithley, Dale Jr., Parker Kligerman, Landon Castle, Alex Bowman, and John Hunter Nemechek. And then we get to the infamous Talladega Super Speedway. At Talladega, everything was flipped on its head. Jeff Ward made his first start of the NASCAR Pro-Invotational Series that week, so that meant that Michael Waltrip had to stand in for him. And it was also weird seeing two number 24 cars racing at the same time. And Talladega, of course, is known for its wrecks. And trust me, this is one of the glitchiest races I've ever seen in my life, mainly because of this incident right here.
There where it started.
Well, he was the leader.
Well, you're usually safe if you're the leader at Talladega.
Oh, no!
Look at him! Woo-hoo! It's so close. Really hard.
Whoa, Jeff Gordon up in the air, flipping 7 times. Any coincidence Ryan Newman is here today?
Huh?
And of course, throughout the day, there was constant big ones, but people kept resetting, so you can't really get rid of anything.
They have the ability to hold or withhold or waive the caution. Looks like we're going to stay green here near him. He chases up on the outside.
But look.
Oh, here he
Yeah.
comes.
Chase got turned by
Yeah.
Brennan Poole, Jeff.
Okay.
And then Poole got up and into the wall with you, and Landon Castle hit the wall.
Oh, there it is.
Nope, just one. Oh, Logano hard in the wall on the outside, and that might have been Kyle Busch with him. Whoa, Blaney! Up, down, kabong.
And Mike, how many laps to go?
How many did you tell him?
As the race was winding down, it was looking like Ty Dillon was getting ready to win his first ever race. But then,
Sniffing that checkered flag.
Ty Dillon needs a big push from LaJoie right now.
I think he's going to get it, Mike.
Trouble behind them. There will be no caution. That's way back in the pack. We're going to try to finish this under green. Bowman versus Dillon with Preece and LaJoie. Castle. Byron, Smithley. They're all in it to win it. Here we go. And Dillon gets turned out of the front pack. Byron to the apron and to the line. Alex Bowman.
so this is the points format after Talladega. Timmy Hill, Ryan Preece, William Byron, Garrett Smithley, Landon Castle, Alex Bowman, Parker Kligerman, Dale Jr., Denny Hamlin, and John Hunter Nemechek. And trust me, the battle for 10th was actually pretty close, because John Hunter Nemechek at this time had only 603 points, but Kyle Busch, yes, Kyle Busch had 598. The next race up on the NASCAR Pro-Invotational Series schedule was Dover. And Dover, oh boy. A lot of people wrecking at the weirdest times, not good for pit cycles.
Looks like he just got loose off of turn 2. And that's what I said. It brings you to the inside wall and makes contact, comes back up in front of Fincham. Benedetto's involved there. I think, oh, Jimmy Johnson, nice job slicing through there. Oh, man, Eric Jones barely getting through.
When you hear that engine, it just doesn't sound good.
It's hard to say if Bowman came down and clipped Suarez or if Suarez was coming up a little bit. The car gets loose, then disappears.
Guys, I think that actually goes back to something that I saw out of my windshield on pit road way down in turn 1. Denny actually got into John Hunter underneath him and spun him as they went into turn 1 earlier on.
And the finish itself wasn't even that memorable, as William Byron once again completely dominated the field, but with rookie Christopher Bell running in second. So at least we had an upset second place, but William Byron was just ever so slightly catching up to Timmy Hill's point lead. After this race ended, only 3 people would be in contention to even think about winning the NASCAR Pro-Invitational Series Championship. And those 3 were Timmy Hill, William Byron, and Garrett Smithley. Alex Bowman, Ryan Preece, Landon Castle, Denny Hamlin, Parker Kligerman, Dale Jr., and Kyle Busch had absolutely no hopes of even getting up there. Which is going to bring us to essentially the championship race at North Wilkesboro. The first race ran at North Wilkesboro since 1996, and in fact, the championship was immediately handed to Timmy Hill as per the fact that Garrett Smithley had to lead the most laps and finish first to even clinch up the championship. He finished 6th. Timmy Hill finished 2nd, and Garrett needed him to finish 29th with no laps led. And William Byron didn't even show up to the race as he was preparing for Darlington. The race itself at North Wilkesboro wasn't that memorable, other than the fact that Denny Hamlin pulled a bump and run on Ross Chastain.
Chastain as well as Timmy Hill, Landon Castle. They only went with those 2 times.
Oh, Chastain loose and up the hill from the front bumper of Hamlin, and the lead has changed.
So here is the final point standings for the NASCAR Pro-Invitational Series. Timmy Hill, Garrett Smithley, Denny Hamlin, Landon Castle, William Byron, Ryan Preece, Parker Kligerman, Alex Bowman, Dale Earnhardt Jr., and in 10th place by 5 points, Ross Chastain. But NASCAR, please give Timmy Hill the NASCAR Pro-Invitational Series Championship.